Welcome to Action Coaching. We're happy to have you join us on today because I believe that we're going to speak something that will help change your life. The desire of Action Coaching is to bring your God-given gift out of you so that you can experience it in life. Everyone needs a coach. Nobody makes it on their own. So thank God that throughout life, God will help us experience multiple coaches so that we can reach our full potential. Now on this week, I'm going to be talking an interesting subject that will make you kind of look at your own life and understand how your own life goes through different stages. And perhaps by correcting one of the stages or looking at the stages again, you'll know how to fix it going forward. I found out that a lot of times people can tell you what your problem is, but they don't tell you how to go about fixing it. So this week on Action Coaching, it is our desire to do that. Now I want you to hit share, and let others know about Action Coaching because they need to be a part of these exciting coaching sessions. It is my job to come before you to help coach you based on the life experiences and the successes or failures that I've had in different things, because even in your failure, you learn things. Matter of fact, I found out that failure is the same thing as success, meaning that sometimes when you fail, you learn not to do that anymore, and ultimately it calls you to be successful. So this week we're going to be talking about the process and the product. So many people, I'm quite sure, like me, have observed maybe a nice car, and the car runs fast and it has so many different things in the car. It got navigation system, it got buttons that tell you whether your gas is low, your oil is low, or things like that. Or maybe you've flown in a plane and the plane takes off on the runway and eventually it goes to 30,000 feet in the air. And maybe like me, you never wondered, well, how is that plane able to fly? Or how is that car able to tell me all of these things? Just like in life, when you look at people that are successful or people that you desire to be like, or a success you desire to achieve, then you're wondering how in the world that particular person achieved the success that they have. Now, not everybody's success is going to be alike, but everybody can have success at what they're gifted and talented to do. So when we talk about it on this week, there is a process, and ultimately the process leads to the product. Now, when I start talking about the process and product, I want you to kind of look at every area in your life. And maybe as we talk about this, if you have not succeeded in that area, then maybe you can go back and fix it and start on your journey toward success. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the vision test. What do I mean by the vision test? Is that so many people in life don't ever do what they are passionate to do. Have you ever seen people, or perhaps been like me at one time in my life? You go into this job every single day, it pays well, but you hate the job. You don't have no passion for it. You do it well, but it just does not excite you. And I say that over and over again. There are many people that are doing things in life that they don't have a passion for. Now, it's amazing. The vision test is to help you decide that you're going to do what you're passionate to do. Basically, that is what you're gifted to do. Whatever your passion is, then follow your passion, because you'll soon find out that that's where your gift lies. Just as I said in the vision test, where I talked about the airplane or the car, then somebody had to sit down and have a passion for designing cars, or designing airplanes, or designing computers, or designing the dress or the pocketbook, or whatever it is that is your particular interest. Now, in the vision test, one thing about a vision is if you don't have passion for it, you will not continue to follow it. See, the person that has passion do it because they love to do it. Passion gets you out of the bed. Passion makes you work hard. Passion drives you even when you're tired. You still keep pushing forward. So the first thing you have to fix is determine what are you passionate for. Now I know a lot of people are watching me now and say I'm passionate for a whole lot of things. Well, I beg to differ with you. No, you're not. You can only be passionate for one thing. But as a result of being passionate for that one thing, it will give you the ability to do a whole lot of things. As the rule goes, a lot of times we have to keep the main thing the main thing. Sometime in life, you want to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and you find out all you have in life is a little bit of this and that. So you got to pass the vision test. Now, the vision test will help you find your passion, seek your passion, and move forward toward your passion. I found out that in life, I am the type of person that is passionate to go and make things happen. Not that I have the ability to make things happen for myself, but I understand that if I do not try, won't anything happen for me. So whatever my passion is, obvious I'm talking to you now was word in action. And my passion is to believe that in every situation, I am going to take action. Now, I don't know if the action going to work, but I do know this. I am going to take action. Now, once you've decided your passion, kind of got the vision test going, then it is what we call a stress test. So many times in life, when we go through different trials and different struggles and different things, one thing I found out that no matter what you go through, you are going to be who you are. In every situation, the real you is going to reveal itself. If the real you cannot handle it, when it gets difficult, you ain't going to be able to handle it. If the real you wants to give up, when it gets difficult, you are going to give up. Just as we were talking about the car, the plane, or any of these things we enjoy, before they can even go on the road or be put up for sale, the inventor of that particular object put it through multiple stress tests to make sure that it can withstand certain things when they come up. If it's a plane, there are air pockets. Sometimes there's rain up there. But after the plane have went through the stress test, then it's more than capable to keep right on flying. And in life, different situations happen in your life, because the bottom line is you got to be proven yourself that you're going to be you regardless of what happens. I've had many trials in life. I've had many struggles. People think everything is easy, but it's not easy. But however, in the midst of every trial, in the midst of every struggle, I had determined one thing. Who am I? And I know who I am. I'm the word in action, and I'm going to take action in the midst of everything. So when you go through stress tests, you got to understand that all trials are not bad, but they're simply designed to see if you're going to be you in the midst of everything. Now I'll be right back, and I got some more exciting things to talk to you about, but I am so moved by this teaching on tonight.
We want to revisit a topic that becomes more significant every single day that goes by. Some of you may can already figure out what I'm talking about, but this topic is voting. As the months and the days continue to dwindle away and we draw closer towards November 3rd, we want to remind you that it is your duty to make sure that you vote. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let the coronavirus be an excuse. Don't let personal laziness be an excuse. Don't let lack of information be an excuse. This significant time in our country, we need to make sure that each of our voices is heard so that we can have someone that represents all of our interests in the highest office of this country. As we stated on an earlier broadcast, it is our duty here at Word in Action to provide you with information that can help make this voting season easier on you and your family. In our bio, you will be able to find the previous information that has always been there that has been extremely helpful to many voters, but you also will be able to find new and updated information letting you know, of course, how to continue to register to vote, also to inform you about early voting dates and deadlines, and last but not least, something that is the most easiest and simple way to vote: absentee ballot information. As we continue to say, we strive to just help continue to keep you informed. If there is some information that you do not see, or if there's some information that you would like to know, please reach out to us on any of our social media platforms, and we will do our best to help provide you with the information you seek. Vote. Every single vote counts. Don't kid yourself. Deciding not to vote could be also deciding to put someone in office who doesn't have your best interests in heart. So make sure you take the time. Go ahead and grab an absentee ballot and don't even stress going to the polls on the 3rd. But all in all, it is your responsibility and it is our responsibility to make sure our voices are heard.
Now I left off talking about the stress test. I know that a lot of you, like I used to say, I hate to go through things. Why is it that things always coming to aggravate me? But the test is, are you going to be the real you regardless of the obstacles that you face? We're going through difficult times now. And I know that COVID-19, a lot of people are just all stressed out because I can't go outdoors. I can't do the things that I used to do, or this terrible disease is hard to figure out. One minute they say that you can catch it this way, the next minute they say you can catch it another way, and I know that a lot of times you can be all confused, and that's the way it is in any trial. When the trial comes, you're all confused. But the bottom line is that we, as a people, historically, we have survived far worse. And there will be other things that come. But if you are a survivor, if you understand that we can get through this, then this too will pass. But it's a stress test. It helps you understand who you really are and what you can take, and that you can survive these things. Because once you survive them, you become stronger, more forceful, more dedicated, more proven. So stress tests are going to come. I mean, after all, the process is designed that once you start on the journey, you got to go through the vision test. It's got to be tested. Then you got to move to the stress test to help you prove that what you believe it, and it's really real. Now, the next thing, number 3, is the reality test. Now that's ultimately where you want to arrive to. The reality test is, after all of the things in the process that have been done, the proof is in the fact that after they constructed the plane, constructed the car, after you went through several things in life, then you are ready to be put on display. Because you know, after you went through the process and you've arrived at the product, in any situation, they can put you on display. And you will survive this particular time. Have you ever wondered what gives the guy the courage to take the last shot in a basketball game, or throw the football when there's no time on the clock, believing that the person he's throwing it to is going to catch it? What gives people the ability to have been knocked down and seemingly they are not going to get up, or go through a terrible disease and everybody has given up hope on them? But however, we have come to understand what's in a person, what they're made of, the process that they went through. God has brought them to this moment and time. And it's amazing how that when everybody else is giving up on them, there's something in them that will not let them give up. And they became a proven product. Isn't it exciting to know that even the world that we live in, the books that sell, the people that we quote unquote look to for inspiration, but notice we don't ever look to inspiration from anyone that have not been through anything. A lot of times it would do you good to look at the beginning struggle of someone, and it'll help you appreciate the process they went through. They had to go through the vision test. They had to go through the stress test. And ultimately, they came to the reality test, meaning that they know what they went through, what they've learned, what they achieved will work no matter what. And that's exciting. So my charge to you here on Action Coaching, any coach will put the person that they're coaching through a lot of difficult tests. And I know a lot of times when we're going through the difficult tests, we think that's something we don't need to do because we want to move on to something that we enjoy. But if you don't take the vision test, if you don't take the stress test, you will never be able to enjoy the reality test. The great thing about achieving something is not so people can clap and act like they like you at that particular time. I found out the greatest thing about achieving something is that you know that you can do it. When the crowd ain't clapping no more, or they not saying nice things about you, it helps you to know that you got what it takes to still be that person you need to be. And the only person that need to be convinced is you. So I say it again. It's a process that leads to a product. You're never gonna get the product without the process. I know we're living in a world where people want to skip the process and go straight to the product. But those people that skip the process and go straight to the product usually end up losing it as fast as they received it. But when a person have went through the process on their way to becoming a finished product, they understand what it takes both to get here and to maintain themselves while they are here. I'm excited. There's much more I can say about this, but I want you to know in life you will start a process, but ultimately it is designed to bring out the product in you, and that's exciting. So remember, there's a vision test, meaning you got to find out what you're passionate about. How do you know you're passionate? It gets you up. It motivates you. It makes you want to do it more than anything else. And then there's a stress test, meaning that when difficulties come, are you going to be the same passionate person that you've been all of the time? And then number 3, there is the reality test, meaning that when it's time to move out, it's time to fly, it's time to do those things that you have dreamed about, you know you are capable of doing it. I am so excited about the process and the product. We need to talk more about this because many people in life right now are going through one of those stages. But however you can be successful, you can be complete once you begin to understand that these are the phases you have to go through. Nobody becomes great without a whole lot of difficult things happening before we call them great. I'm going to use this example. Have you ever seen a movie? Matter of fact, the movie industry does a good job of it. Whoever is the hero of the movie, or whoever is destined to be the ultimate star, if he's the king or if he's supposed to be this great football player, basketball player, rapper, whatever, when the movie comes on, it stars them as being a nobody, a person that don't even know what they're going to be. But however, in the movie, it sends them through different crises, and ultimately, at the end of the story, whatever gift and talent that they have, or whatever the movie has designed for them to be, then that's the finished product. And it's amazing how that the movies will take us. They may take us to a whole hour or take us through a whole 2 hours before we get to the ultimate product. Now, life is just like that. And that's why I say it's the process and the product, but certainly it will be a blessing to you. Now hit me on social media and talk to me about these 3 points. Or maybe we communicate to you and help you understand whether you got the right vision test, or are you in the midst of the stress test, and then the reality test. The final product is what you'll be. Certainly enjoyed talking to you on Action Living today. and I'll be right back, and we will have some more to talk about.
Now, I submit to you, if we're going to survive in the 90s, in the year 2000 and on, we got to be lions. We got to understand what the real purpose of the saints is and why you were born again. Just tap somebody and say, you here to take over. Whatever job you own, you there to take over. Whatever community you live in, you there to take over. Wherever you go, you there to take over. Truly, now that I'm talking to lions of the tribe of Judah, now we're ready to move on in our 1999 vision.
I certainly enjoyed you on today, and I want you to know that we need your help. We need your help because we want to expand action coaching and make it better, get more equipment, get more things, because I believe in excellence. Now somebody said, well, what is excellence? Excellence is to continue to excel. You never reach the perfect place, but you continue to strive forward. And so we want action coaching to be better and better. So I want to encourage you to consider making an investment in action coaching on today. If these coaching sessions have been a blessing to you, then I want you to sit down and sow a generous donation for action coaching. After all, everything that you like in life, you're willing to give to it. And I know that action coaching has been a great encouragement to you, and we would love for you to sit down and sow a generous donation for the support of action coaching. Now there's a link in my bio that will give you a host of ways that you can give to action coaching. And we want to continue bringing these good coaching sessions to you each and every week. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your prayers, because after all, we are all trying to be better in life. As I do each and every week, I want to encourage you. Share the word with a friend and keep the word in action.